Hello, my name is Aaron Acree, and this is your lesson on the bass guitar. First you have your body, which is this section. The neck runs up, and then you come up to your headstock. From your headstock and your body, you have the tuning machines and the bridge. That's what the strings are connected to. So from the bridge, your string runs up to your tuning machines. Each string has its own tuning machine, and you use that to tune your strings properly. So let's get into striking the strings. Normally you're using your two fingers to pluck the strings, just like this. And so as you're plucking those strings, the strings are vibrating, which is registered by the pickups, which are located right here. Depending on what type of bass you're playing, they may look a little bit different, but they essentially do the same thing. Once the pickup registers the vibrations, it goes through the cable and into your amp, and that's what emits the sound. Each bass guitar will have a couple different knobs. This one has two, has a volume knob and a tone knob. Let's start with the volume knob. If I strike a string, I can take the sound completely out and I can bring it back in, depending on how loud I want my instrument to be. And then you have your tone knob. So right now I have the tone knob completely turned off. So you can kind of hear how that sounds a little, warm and muffled sounding. So then if I bring the tone knob back in, and it'll make it kind of bright and crispy. Let's go warm again. And then bright. So each metal band that's running across your neck are called frets. And so what you do is you push just before each fret to get a different note. So here I'm playing a G, and then if I go up 2 frets, I get an A. So I go G, G sharp, and then A. Each fret stands for a half step. So if you start from E, which is this bottom string, you move up to F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. So those are the basic parts of the bass guitar, and now we can move on to playing, and we will be learning how to play in the style of funk. So let's talk about one of the key characteristics to funk playing. That would be the 16th note. Before we get to that, let's talk about the quarter note. So if this is our quarter note, I'm going to tap it out. Here's our quarter note, and then that's going to break down into an 8th note. And then you break it down once more into the 16th note. Within funk, you want that 16th note, and you're going to use a lot of the offbeats actually. Here's my quarter. So you can kind of hear how I'm playing the offbeats of those 16th notes. So now I'm going to show you another example of using those 16th notes and creating space, but also using a thing called a ghost note. So I'm going to start out by playing straight 16ths, and then I'm going to add in ghost notes, creating that space. So here's straight 16th. And I'm going to create that space and use ghost notes. So you can hear that I'm striking the string every time, but the note is only coming out on those, ba, 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 ba. So when I'm striking the string without emitting a note, that's called the ghost note. To take our funk playing a little bit further, we are going to be playing with a backing track. So let's take a quick listen to that. So now we're going to play along with the track. It is in C minor, so I'm just going to start by playing a C, and I'm going to start by creating a rhythm with this. A big part is first creating your rhythm, and then adding in all of your different notes. So let's play along with the track. So now let's introduce a scale that you can use within C minor. So let's start out with the C minor scale. You have C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, back to C. So let's take that C minor scale and let's simplify it into the C minor pentatonic scale. Pentatonic meaning 5 notes. So that breaks down into C, E flat, F, G, B flat, back to C. Now you know the characteristics of funk, so let's just play along and get funky. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned something about the bass guitar and how to play some funky bass lines. Let's take it out.